Hello everyone, this is Nitesh Madhukar over here, and in today's tutorial I am going to teach you about Microsoft Access as well as database management system. So this is one of the important topic for class 8th as well as 10th standard because both the class is having this topic. So let's start the video. In today's tutorial, what are the learning outcome? What we will able to know by the help of this video. First of all, we will able to know about the little bit of history of MS Access. After that, how to start MS Access, what are the components of MS Access, what are the structure of a table, elements of a table, as well as advantages of database. So by the help of this, you can able to know and you can able to start all those content which are related to MS Access. There are so many features of MS Access. In upcoming video you will able to know. While watching all those video you can able to understand, but if you are having any of the doubt, please student write your comment that what are the your doubt. I will definitely clarify your doubt. So one by one we have to start. First of all, what is Microsoft Access? As Microsoft Access is a part of Microsoft Office suite, is one of the application which are used to store the data or information in a systematic manner. While we are having the large amount of data and we cannot able to arrange and manually, we cannot able to arrange all those data in manually, and if we are arranging all those data in manually, at a time of retrieval we will have to retrieve, and in that time retrieval of any of the data we face problem. As the traditional system earlier was, in the traditional system, when we are having the large amount of data and particular person used to keep record in there by the help of pen and paper. So in that time it is very difficult as well as chances of error was there. But by the help of database management application, we can able to store large amount of data as well as there are less chances of error. We can also able to manipulate data at any time. We can able to arrange all those data, and the mostly features of this MS Access is that we can able to retrieve the data when it's needed. When we require the data from the database, if we are having the large amount of data and at a time we want to find out any of the data, easily we can able to search, easily we can able to find all those record by the help of this electronic database management system. As I told you that it is a part of Microsoft Office, and in that all those records are stored in a table. In table we can also able to make the relationship between two tables. Suppose that one database of school is there. In every student are going for the in a school, and you might be observed that in school there are three sections. One is academic, second one is administration, and third one is account. So these three table used to create. First is for the administration, second one is for the account, and third one is for the academic. Academic is used for the taking the attendance. Administration are used for the any of the disciplinary activity or for the TC or some official work, and account is used for the purpose of managing all those fee records. So there are three tables are being needed, but in case in the same record all those tables are stored in one database. So this is all those records are being managed and stored in database, and for that purpose it is very important. In our practical life, database are useful. I'm giving some of the example, as all the examples are like telephone directory, might be you have seen. Another example is in medical shop. While all those medicines are arranged and stored in alphabetical manner, so that at a time when any of the customer goes for taking the medicine, easily the shopkeeper able to retrieve or find out those medicine which is needed. So this is the another example of database management system. Another feature of database management system are also there, that anytime we can add new record, update those record, delete any of the data which is not further required, and view the data by using the form report as well as in the form of query. We can also take out printout in different layout. As per our need, we can take the printout as per our need, we can take the printout and we can give a specific layout, a specific view to all those printout. So these are the little bit introduction of MS Access. I have just concluded about the introduction of MS Access. In the year of 1992, that was the date of 13th of November, Microsoft released a first version that is called Access. But right now the latest version is 2019, MS Access 2019. But here there are some popular version which was earlier used, that are 2003 version, 2007 version, 2010 version, 2013 version and 15 version. Now in your laptop or desktop it is available 2007, 10 or 13 version. So this is the introduction of MS Access. Now the next one is steps to start MS Access. See student, if you are using Windows 7, Windows 8 or Windows 10, the steps which I am going to tell you, that the same steps you will have to follow to start the MS Access. Right now I am going to teach you that how to start the blank database. So for that, what are the steps? As steps you are seeing over here, the same step I am going to show you practically. First of all, click on start button. I have clicked on a start button. After that, click on search program. Here you type Access. See, Access 2013, as I am using the 13 version, so it is coming Access 2013. As I have clicked over here, it will take time to start, but you have to see this is the Access interface. After that, we will have to click on blank database. As I have clicked on blank database, it is asking of the name. You will have to give the name of that, and after that you can able to see this is blank database are being started over here. Now if it is started, after that we can start our work. But right now if you will start your work, might be you will face some problem. So before that, we have to know all those interface of MS Access. What are tables, what are fields, what are records, all those things we will have to know. But these are the steps you have to follow, and after that we have to start our work in MS Access. This is the components of MS Access. What is components? The entire interface which is known as individually. This is called interface. And components, each and every components of MS Access we have to know. It starts from the title bar. It is located at the top of the window and display the name of the current database. As I am going to show you here, name of a student database, it is written. So this is called title bar, where the information of the database are written. This is the information, this is the name of the table. Here this is the name of the table. The second one is quick access toolbar. It is located at the top left corner of the Access window. It contains mostly whatever we have command used frequently, means the last command which we have used, all those information are stored in quick access toolbar. But by default it is having undo, redo and save button. Where it is located, I am going to show you. This is the area where it is. This is called quick access toolbar. Now ribbon, it contains various tabs, each with several commands. Ribbon are, see, this is called home, create, external data, database tools, fields and table. This is called menu bar, and this is called from here to here ribbon. Where if we will click on in home button, we will get some different command. If we will click on create, we will also get some different command. Individual, each and every menu are having some different command. All are named as ribbon. The next one is navigation pane. This pane is available on the left side of Access, which is used to display the name of the object used in database such as table, query, form and report. Now I am going to show you. These all are stored here. Information table are there, information query is there, information query 1 is there, another table marks table is there, information query is also there. So all those information in the form of table, in the form of form, in the form of query or report are stored. That is called navigation pane. Navigation button is also available in the bottom. It is used to display the record, current record where we are currently working. Now I am going to show you. Suppose that this is called navigation button. These area are known as navigation button, where it is written 1 of 20. You can see there are 20 records and the cursor of the mouse are in 2001. So we are working in 2001. So that's why it is written navigation that 1 of 20. Object tab. It will display the current object in which we are working. Object tab. A status bar. This bar is located at the bottom of the window button in the left side. Basically, it is shows the different views of database. As per the need, we are having some different views. All those views we can able to check by the help of a status bar. So these are the basic components of MS Access. Elements of table. As we have seen earlier, that components of table. Right now we have stored all those data. I have shown right now, practically you have not done, but I have shown that how data are stored in a structure of table. Now we have to know that what are the elements of table. First of all, you see the structure of a table. Here the structure of a table, you will able to see admission number, roll number, first name, last name, father's name and mother's name are there. These all are known as field. The name of the table is information, so this is called table name. These all from 2001 to Aarti Devi, if it is written, this is called individual records. And individually, suppose that this is called Acharji, this is called data. Individual 2002, this is called data. So by the help of this individual data, we can able to come to the conclusion, and those conclusion are converted into the information. Student, about the definition of data, in the previous class you have learned that data is what? Any row, hex and figure which will not give any of the meaning, so that is called data. And combination of all those data when it will come with the conclusion, that is called information. So 2002 is not giving any of the conclusion, but that's why it's called data. But 2002, roll number 2, name Nandita Mukherjee and complete information are there, so that is called information. So this is the structure of a table. Definition are written over here about the table. A table is what? A composed of records and fields that are able to hold the data. In case of table are used to hold the data. Table are also called data sheets. Each table in a sub database holds data about a different but related database holds data about a different but related subject or object. In particular one cell, it is used for a specific purpose. Record. The next one is record. What is record? Data is stored in record. A record is composed of fields and contains all the data about one particular person, company or item in a database. Suppose that we have to store, we have taken different field name like roll number, name, class, section, mobile number, all those things, and after that we are going to write all those information. Suppose that these all are what is called, this is called record. From here to here, 2001, 1, Rajesh Kumar, Ramesh Kumar and Aarti Devi, this is called record. But admission number, roll number, first name, last name, father's name and mother's name, this is called field name. Hope you understood. Now the advantages of database. There are so many advantages of database. First of all, database reduces the redundancy. It removes duplication of data, because data are kept at one place and all the applications refer to the currently maintained database. If you are going to maintain the database centrally, so there is less chance of data duplication. If the same data will come again, the features like primary key are also there, so that all those records are being find out, and after that easily we can able to trace the duplication of data, and we will at the same time we can able to delete all those records. So this is one of the another feature of database, which is called database redundancy. By the help of that, data duplication are not being allowed. Database controls inconsistency. When multiple mismatching of same data will come, that is called data inconsistency. So that is also not allowed, because when it will check for the duplication, it will show that data are coming at the same time, so that is also not allowed. Data inconsistency means same type of data are not being allowed, and it will be controlled by the help of database management application. It is also providing the sharing facility. This is one of the most important part, because while keeping all those records, if we are easily able to share the data in case of our boss or our senior authority or any of them, if they need the data, and easily we can able to share. This is another advantage of database, so that we can easily able to share our data among those person who needs it. So this is the third advantage of database. Database ensures the security. Security is one of the major advantages of any of the application. If there is no security, that is completely useless. And in the cyber world and cyber crime, if the security is not there, that is completely useless. So database also provides the facility of security, so that intentionally if anyone want to get the unauthorized access, first of all it is being asked the security, and also time to time we can change the authorized modification. We can do the modification of our security as per the need. We can able to change the password and provide the large type of security for our data. The last but not the least, database maintains integrity. It enforces certain integrity rules. Certain rules are also being allowed. Suppose that if I have conducted the class test of 40 and by mistake I have entered the 45 marks, so that is integrity. We will give the condition, and if the condition are not going to satisfy, it's not allowed to enter the data. So this is called maintains the integrity. A valid data should be entered in a particular cell, and all those conditions we will have to provide. So hope guys you have understood of this tutorial, and if you are having any of the doubt, please don't hesitate to ask your doubt. I am available for you people only. Thank you again.